Hi, I would just like to look at differentiating the function 1 over x, but just do it using first principles rather than like the nx to the power n minus 1. Because see, the nx to the power n minus 1 for derivatives of x to the n, that was basically, when I was at school, that was proved on expanding a polynomial where n was like a positive integer rather than minus 1. Now, even though we know it does work for fractions and negative numbers in this case, what I'd like to do is I'd like to prove, in a sense, that if n is minus 1, so i.e. y is 1 over x, that the derivative would be like minus 1 over x squared. But let's prove it just from first principles then. So we've got a function then y equals 1 over x. So dy by dx is basically, it's the function, the limit as delta x tends to 0, the function of x plus delta x minus just the function of x, all divided by delta x. So in which case it's 1 over x plus delta x minus 1 over x, all divided by delta x. So what we want to do then is, and that's the limit as delta x tends to 0. So what we want to do is we want to get everything onto a common denominator. In which case the common denominator is x plus delta x times x. So we accommodate the first two terms, but then we've got our delta x just from the last equation. Again, limit as delta x tends to 0. So when we sort of simplify and expand this, you've got then the two x's will cancel out. So on the top, you've only got the minus delta x. And on the bottom then, we've still got the common denominator then of x plus delta x times delta x, the limit as delta x tends to 0. So in this case, we can see the delta x for the top cancels with the delta x at the bottom to give us at the top just minus 1. So what we've got then is we've got minus 1 then over x plus delta x all times x with a limit as delta x tends to 0. Now here, we've actually just got delta x on its own. So it'll just disappear because there's nothing to sort of cancel out with. So that'll disappear on its own then. So you've just basically got minus 1 divided by x times x. So that is minus 1 over x squared. So the derivative then of 1 over x from first principles, minus 1 over x squared. Okay, thanks for watching and have a good day.